This is a system that's supposed to help. But I know plenty of families near where I live where the children are actually going outside on the grass and picking up the bread that people have thrown out for the birds and eating it with no shoes on, no clothes on, because the parents are sat inside doing drugs and are so out of it on the couch with drink and drugs and all sorts. But yet social services won't touch them children or go near that family. Why? When they're the children that need to be placed into care, but they're left there.
It's because social services consider them to be damaged goods.
Yeah.
Like, and I hate to say it, Baby P was damaged goods. That's why it was left in that system.
Yeah. Because they're not easy children to sell. Social services say to us, because on contact, we're not allowed to take pictures of our children or recordings of our children anymore, because they say that we could put it on the computer or this, that and the other. But yet there is actually an adoption catalogue out where adoptees can go and pick the children out of a catalogue, and we have actually seen the advert and the photograph for both of our children to go in that adoption catalogue. We've got it at home, and we got it through the information of data protection. And my daughter is in a sunny meadow, like she's dead happy, and it talks about how she's got strong facial features and the colour of her hair, and how she's got a nice smile. And then there's one of my son in a nice field, and that the colour of his hair, and his facial features, the colour of his eyes.
But when you look at the pictures, the children aren't smiling. They aren't happy to have that picture taken.
They're not happy.
They're not our children.
And after that picture was taken, because I've got thousands and thousands of pictures of the children before they got took into care and just after they got taken into care, and they're smiling with me, you know, and then after them pictures were taken, my children won't let me take pictures of them anymore. Because they probably think that I'm going to put an advert out to get them sold as quick as possible. Because that's what they do. They even put down mine and my husband's facial features, and that I've got a nice smile, because they're trying to describe us as parents so that they know how the children are going to grow up and what they're going to look like when they're older, whether they're going to be ugly or they're going to be pretty. They do all that, everything. And we found out that my daughter had something medical wrong with her. Social services knew about this for 3 months and didn't tell us. And then the day before my daughter was due to fly out on holiday with the foster carers, we got a phone call of social services to say, "Oh, did you know, I just thought I'd tell you that your daughter's got this medical condition, but she's flying away on holiday tomorrow." So for 2 weeks, me and my husband was absolutely on pins, not knowing if my daughter was going to be okay or not. The day after they removed the children, I get a phone call of social services to say, "We need your permission to get passports for the children because they're going on holiday next month." I said, "Oh no, they're not. You're not taking my children out of this country." And their reply was, "Well, it's okay, because if you don't agree to it, we'll just take you to court and get somebody else to sign it." So they got the passports anyway. They expected my husband on an adoption medical to sign a blank form, and they said that they would fill it out later. We said no.
I refused, I did not sign the form.
So they took us to court, and apparently it's okay if we don't sign the adoption medical because they can get somebody else to sign it anyway. So we have now got no rights over our children. The foster carer decided to move our children from our local GP to a GP near hers, and we was never informed. We never got asked permission. They just did it. So now I can't get to my daughter's medical records to see if she's being treated for anything because she's not with my doctor. We found out that my daughter had spent the night in hospital and we wasn't told, we wasn't informed. And we got an apology for that, and that's it. Oh, we're sorry, we should have told you. Well, it's a bit bloody late, social services. I should have been there at my daughter's bedside. We both should, and we wasn't. Who was there? A foster carer that doesn't give a shit about her. Who's only in it for the money. My daughter would have been so scared that night. My son's now got a 2-inch scar on his head where the foster carer's son has pushed him over and he had to go to hospital and have stitches, but the foster carer said, oh no, he didn't, he was running and he fell over. And that's been accepted, even though my son has said that the foster carer's son had pushed him over.
Our son has also told me on my contacts that the male foster carer allows him to play in the garden pond. My son is 3 years old. He should not be playing in the pond. And this is acceptable.
Social services cannot be brought to account, and even the Social Services Ombudsman has said that. They've told a lady, yeah, it's right, what social services have done to you is wrong, but social services cannot be brought to account. Why not? Why are they allowed to keep doing this to children? This is our next generation that they are messing up, and they wonder why the country is the way it is. Because that is how they're raising this country. And that's it. They think it's bad now. Wait until next century when all these children have grown up and have more kids. It's going to be hell in this country because of the way the system is bringing these children up. And I should know because I was brought up in the system. But I'm one of the lucky ones where I've got enough willpower to turn my life around and do something good. But many people that have been in my situation go down the other road on drugs and drink, kill people, do all kind of things. And that's what's going to happen to our children if we don't stop it now.
And our children's children will probably take them.
Yeah, because I was a looked after child, that's one of the reasons why they took my children. So when my children go on to have their children, they're going to have their children taken off them because they were looked after children. And the cycle's just going to go on and on and on. Because my mum was a looked after child. Her mum had been in the care system. It just goes on and on and on. Well, when's it going to stop? Soon there's not going to be any children to take off families because they're all going to be in foster care. And then what are they going to do? They do it with old people. They take old people into care. And then when the husband wants to take his wife for 40 odd years on holiday, social services say no. How can that be? A married couple for over 40 years and he's not allowed to take his wife on holiday, probably the last holiday that they're ever going to have. And social services say no. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. They should all be put in a zoo and left there, and then they'll know what it feels like to be treated like scum. Because that's how we feel. We feel horrible. We really do. And they should feel like this. You know what I always say as well? Police officers, before they use a taser, they have to be tasered themselves to know what it feels like. Social services should have their children taken off them for an amount of time so that they know what it feels like. And then I bet you, half of the children that have gone won't go, because social services will know exactly what it feels like. At the moment, it's like they're made of stone. They're not human beings. They're not. They're just in it for the money. And it's a shame, because them good social services out there are getting overlooked by all these corrupt and untruthful social services and Kafka's workers and judges. They're all in it together.